Hello and welcome back. In this activity, we are going to combine geometry, accuracy and creativity to turn an ordinary piece of cardboard into a useful hexagonal pen holder. Now for this project, we need to prepare some things so that we can be able to come up with a hexagonal pen holder. Now we will use mathematical measurements to make sure that all the parts fit together correctly. Remember, scissors and craft knives must be handled carefully. Let us go ahead, gather them, and let us prepare to start the project. One, you need to prepare a cardboard. You also need a ruler. You need some pencils. You need an eraser, a compass. You need clear adhesive tape. You need glue, scissors, and a craft knife. Now we are going to begin by making the hexagonal base. To make it, the compass is supposed to be measured against the ruler and opened to a radius of 5 centimeters. So we are doing 5 centimeters for the sides of the hexagon and 14 centimeters for the height of the hexagon. Now, check the distance carefully when you are measuring before drawing, because the compass opening will determine the size of the hexagon. Then, place the sharp point of the compass firmly on the cardboard. Now hold the compass at the top and rotate it smoothly to draw a complete circle. A steady hand is important here because tilting the compass may change the radius and produce an uneven shape. Once you have your circle, now make sure that you don't change the compass opening. Now with the same compass opening, begin stepping the compass towards the circumference of the circle, and each step will mark a new point. Continue until 6 equal paced points have been marked. Now use the ruler to connect each point to the next one. And then draw 6 straight sides carefully. So once you have your 6 points, you are supposed to connect them one to each other. And then by the end of the day, you are going to have 6 straight sides which are carefully drawn. Now with that, you can see the shape appearing. It is a regular hexagon. And a regular hexagon has 6 equal sides and 6 equal angles. Here is an interesting mathematical fact. When a regular hexagon is constructed inside a circle, the length of each side is equal to the radius of that circle. Now, since the compass was opened to 5 centimeters, each side of our hexagon measures approximately 5 centimeters. Now, the next step is to cut out the hexagon. First, the large pieces of the cardboard should be trimmed to make it easier to handle. The scissors are then guided carefully along each of the 6 lines. Turn the cardboard as you cut instead of twisting your hand into an uncomfortable position. This will give you greater control and produce straighter edges. You should work slowly around all the 6 sides. Cutting outside the line will make the base too large, while cutting inside the line will make it too small. Now any extra cardboard should be removed, leaving us with a neat hexagonal base. Then place it on the table and inspect it. The sides should be straight and approximately equal. Every side should be about 5 centimeters. And once you have cut it carefully, you now have your base and you are ready to move to the next step. Remember that our pen holder needs 6 upright walls. Now that we have the base, we have the walls, and the walls should be 6 so that every side can have a wall. Now, the 6 walls are needed so that it can be 1 wall for every side of the hexagonal base. So how do we get these walls? Using the ruler and a pencil, you need rectangular panels that should be measured on the cardboard. And then each panel should be approximately 14 centimeters high and 5 centimeters wide. The 5 centimeters width matches the side of the hexagon, which is the base, while the 14 centimeters measurement gives the pen holder its height. Now draw all the measurement lines lightly but clearly. Before cutting, check the measurements again because it is good to have them accurate. A useful rule in practical work is this: measure twice and cut once. You see, so you are measuring twice to make sure that there is accuracy, and then cut once to make sure that you have very neat edges. So the cardboard is then cut along the marked lines. Wider sections are divided into equal rectangular panels until 6 pieces have been produced. So at the end of the day, you should cut the pieces until you have 6 of them. Why do we need exactly 6 rectangles? Because a hexagon has 6 sides and each rectangle will form one wall of the pen holder. So once the panels are cut, compare them by placing them next to one another. They should have equal height and they should have also equal width, because the width is 5 centimeters and the length is 14 centimeters. Remember that unequal panels could make the pen holder lean or maybe leave some gaps between the walls. That is why it is good to try your best to have accuracy when measuring. So once you have your rectangular panels, you can now arrange them side by side on the working surface. Place the long edges parallel to one another with only a very small space between the neighboring panels. This small space is important because it allows the cardboard to bend when we form the hexagonal body. Now clear adhesive tape is placed over the first joint. So once you arrange them, you should cut some clear adhesive tape and then join this hexagonal straight. So once you have arranged your parts, your rectangular parts, make sure that you cut the adhesive tape and then use it to join them. Now press the tape down firmly and smooth so that it can stick correctly to your cardboard. Pressing it will also help to remove any air pockets and wrinkles. The same procedure is repeated across the remaining points, so make sure that you join all of them. All the 6 of them should be joined together. Notice that the panels are being joined without making them completely rigid. We are only joining them to make them stick together. The tape is going to act like a hinge, allowing each panel to turn at the joint. This is an example of planning for movement. If the panels were attached without the flexible joints, it would be difficult to fold them into a hexagonal shape. And also, we are going to use some glue, but for the glue to hold together, for us to be able to hold these pieces together, that is why we are starting with this tape. So once you have done joining these joints, any tape extending beyond the top or bottom of the cardboard should be trimmed away carefully. Then the completed strip is inspected to confirm that all the 6 panels are present and accurately joined. This quick check will help us to identify any fitting problems before the body is closed. So if at this point you realize that one of the rectangles is short or it is not long enough, you can now correct it. But if they are all correct, you are ready to move on to the next part. Now the joint strip should be turned over so that the clean inner surface is facing upward. Then glue should be applied carefully near the free joining edges. You can see this. You apply some glue and use only enough glue to cover the required area, because too much glue can make the cardboard wet. It can also make the cardboard weak or untidy. So just use enough. And with that, you are now going to have an exciting transformation because you have joined your parts together. The flexible strip, it should be now lifted up and then folded at each taped joint. So you can fold it very carefully. 1 panel, 2 panels, 3, and gradually the flat strip changes into a 3-dimensional form. Now remember that we have not yet joined these ends, so the 2 free ends should be brought together to close the body. So at this point, what began as 6 separate rectangles has now become the walls of our hexagon prism. Then now, the final vertical edges should be aligned carefully. A strip of clear tape should then be placed over the outside seam. You see, the tape supports the joint while the glue dries and helps prevent the body from opening. So this is very important. Whenever you want the glue to dry and you are not there to hold it together, you can use some tape, and this is going to be very helpful. The smooth tape is going to be helpful because it is going to hold the structure firmly until the glue dries. Once you are done, maybe you can remove the tape for decoration, or you can let it remain there if it is not going to interfere with your decoration. Now at this point now, you can leave your hexagon to dry, or you can just add the hexagonal base and let them dry together. So I'm going to add the hexagonal base. The body should now be ready for its bottom section. Now remember that we had already cut our hexagon. Now this is what you should do. Spread the glue evenly along all the 6 sides and make sure that each corner receives enough adhesive, because the corners often experience greater stress. Now avoid covering the entire center with glue, because the important contact area is only the perimeter where the base meets the 6 walls. And then the glued hexagon should now be aligned with the bottom opening of the pen holder. So you can put it from the top or from the bottom. Now each side of the base is matched with one rectangular wall. Now take time to position it correctly before pressing. The edges are pressed into one piece after the other. A pencil can be used carefully maybe to reach the corners and help align in the base without crushing the cardboard. Then press around the inner perimeter to ensure that the base is firmly joined to all the 6 walls. This step requires patience, remember, because a small gap at the bottom could allow pencils to fall through. So inspect every side and every corner carefully. But if you had measured everything correctly, nothing should fall out, because you have 5 centimeters everywhere, all the measurements that you chose, so they should fit correctly. Now at this point, the main construction is complete. Look closely at the finished pen holder. It has 6 upright rectangular faces, a hexagonal opening, and a matching hexagonal base. Now here I have my pen holder. It is now time for the most satisfying part, the practical test. We should now take some pencils. You can place some pencils inside to see whether they are going to hold. The holder should remain upright when you place some pencils and the rubbers, the sharpeners. If it remains upright, then it shows that you have a correct hexagonal pen holder. This test is important because it shows the successful completion of the design. You see, that is what this design is for. It is a hexagonal pen holder, so it should be able to hold some pens. And there we have it, a strong functional pen holder which was made through accurate measuring, careful cutting, folding, joining and testing. This project demonstrates how mathematics and practical skills work together. The hexagon provides the shape, the rectangles provide the height, and the recycled cardboard provided an affordable and environmentally friendly material. After the glue has dried completely, the holder can be covered with colored paper, painted or labels, any kind of decorations that you want. You can write your name on it, you can draw patterns, you see, any kind of decoration. And I am going to decorate this hexagonal pen holder. So do check out the next video. The next video after this one we are going to post is about decoration. So you are going to see how you can decorate it and come up with a final beautiful hexagonal pen holder. I hope that you are able to do a structure like this one, and if you did, well done. You have transformed a simple piece of cardboard into a useful product, and that is creativity in action. That is what CBC is about. That is why I love CBC. So keep learning and keep growing. All the best. Bye.